This is Saturday, April 30th. It's a new black moon and a solar eclipse today. It's time I get out there and guys, quit fighting, please. It's time I step out of the shadows. The blue jay's telling me he wants peanuts. He's like, please, please, peanuts, please, please. The crow? Well, the crow's singing a different tune about the blue black moon. Take a deep breath in with me. Release that negativity. Breathe in the peace. Om Shanti. And release the negativity. Beautiful bird symphony. Can I get a little woodpecker action? Little woodpecker action, please. Maybe a little grackle. Little grackle. We got a little grackle coming on. Come on now. Yeah. I feel it coming. Feel it coming. I just want to say how grateful I am being this far in the journey. And someday I will come out and tell you about this journey, because this journey has been truly unique. It's unique to every individual that's on it, on their own specific journey. There's no other words to express it other than grateful. Even in the lowest of lows, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You know? So whatever you're dealing with in the here and now, embrace that. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What is this progressing me forward for? I mean, why am I being prodded forward? Ask yourself that. If you're being prodded forward, there's a reason, you know? And there's a time to rest. And there's a time to heal. There's a time to cry, and there's a time to feel. I want to leave you with a beautiful polyphonic song. I did channel a little bit of stuff earlier as I cleared my throat. I'm just gonna wing it, you know, that's what I do. But someday my children's children will look back and say, my dad did that. My dad did that. All odds were stacked against him. Stocked and stacked. There's no mistakes. You know, when you thumble at the mouth a little bit every now and then, you're like, why did I say that? There's reasons why you said that. Because there's more going on. I'm not my thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and it took me a long time to understand that. You know, it took me a long time to learn what was mine and what was others. You know, sometimes a lot of us go through life being super sensitive and thinking, this stomach pain belongs to me. This pain in my hip belongs to me. This pain in my knee belongs to me. When in all reality, truthfully, everything is energy. And if you absorbed it for some reason or another, it has to be moved through you or transmuted. If you're that sensitive of a receptor and you have that sensitive of a antenna, there is purpose to that. I found out I was a powerful transmuter. Love the birds. Love the birds. You really don't grasp in your younger years how magnificent nature really is. And then when you get to a certain level of awareness and realize that it's all a projection of you, it's like in that great oneness that we're all part of this magnificence and we're all co-creating this magnificence together. Even the dark shit, okay? Even the stuff that we can't quite grasp, that we can't quite put our fingers on. Like, why? Why does it have to be this way? Well, how much power and energy you put into this. There's whole groups on Facebook, all they do is complain about how the government does this and that. But what have they done to contribute to changing that? I'd rather not put energy into it. You think you've been dealt a shitty hand. We're here to experience and learn and how we can better. We want something for our children, right? Our children's children. We want a legacy to leave behind. When I was first told of a legacy, it's like everybody's idea of a legacy is like, yeah, you got to get a career. Got to get a career. Since grade school, they were like, what do you want to do? You want to be a fireman? Do you want to be an astronaut? No, I don't know. And then the grade school, they were like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. Junior high, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. Maybe a musician. Knowing I have no vocal talents. Or do I? That's an illusion of. And then in high school, that's those times when you're really trying to put it together. Got a career passport. It's gonna be a draftsman. Could have been an artist. Had a full scholarship. Could have, would have, should have. Still an artist. College means nothing to me. We're multifaceted, multi-layered. We wear many hats. Mothers are amazing. Look at this. There's women out there that are single, raising children, multiple children, not just one. Some of them are working. Some of them are working from home now. And look how beautiful that is. That they're able to provide for their families in so many different forms, and we all have similar dreams. We don't want to pay the high gas prices, but why are we using so much gas to go to a job that we kill ourselves from 9 to 5 until we can retire at 65 or whatever? But that's not truth anymore. My stepdad's older than that, and he still doesn't know if he should retire, but he's gonna retire. We gotta teach them a better way. Self-sustainability. Look at this. I just experimented and said, hey, I love mushrooms. I forage for mushrooms. I always Mother Nature provides. Mother Nature has provided me with spring dandelions. I make dandelion pesto. That's a meal for me. Of course, I put walnuts and pecans and stuff in it, but if I really wanted to get down and dirty, there's hickory nuts. There's all kinds of things you can do for self-sustainability. But I decided one day, because I wanted to grow lion's mane, and they say that's a really easy one to grow. I'm growing it in a tote. I'm growing 2 pods. I already got like 2 weeks worth of food in there, and it can continue to grow. I grow my own food. I do sprouts. I do a garden every year. Lots of zucchini, lots of cucumbers and lettuces, different types of lettuces. I don't recommend doing iceberg. That's just kind of a waste. You need nutrient density. Honestly, if we want to get into this discussion at some point, watercress and arugula are probably... Watercress is the most nutrient dense green you will find, and it grows very easily. Why are we not eating watercress? Why are we not growing our own? Why are we not collabing with other people? Oh boy. Hey, would you chew up, huh? What you got going on over here? Oh boy. Can't stop nature. I think she chewed up something she shouldn't have. Oh, come on, girl. Oh yeah, she tried to do that self-sustainability, She chewed up a bunch of things she shouldn't have. You gotta know what's good for you and what's not. And puppies, they're not so smart. Not yet. They learn. It's an experience. You okay? Don't eat that again. Come here. You okay? You okay, big doggy? There's one of them. And they're shedding. I raise shepherds. I have a white shepherd that's the puppy that just hacked. And I have a black shepherd, and I have a timber wolf shepherd mix. And she's my old girl. I just thought I'd come on today and ask for the woodpecker. There you go. That's the pileated. Let's talk about self-sustainability. What do you think our ancestors did? They didn't rely on, they may have done trade, which trade is part of the self-sustainability. Let's make this world a better place. What can you contribute to your family? How can you self-sustain, help your family grow? Teaching kids how to grow plants is watching them plant a seed and watering it and take care of it until it sprouts and they're like, oh, wow. And then actually putting it in the ground and watching the fruits of their labor, and being able to eat that out of the garden. Some of my fondest memories as a child is my aunt's garden, going out there and being able to pick radishes and cucumbers and, different various things to eat, Who's to say that, the sun will always, it's a short growing season where I'm at. So I only have like 3 solid months of, it could be extended a little bit, but roughly 3 solid months. Some people got a longer growing season. Um, and you gotta know how to read when to put stuff out too. I mean, in Northeast Ohio, I felt like it was spring, and then it started snowing and hailing, and then we dropped in temperature. If I would have had crops in the ground, what would have happened? This overcast that they're bombing our skies, man. The sun heals. The sun heals. We're a lot like plants. We need that sun. This is why the Vikings got mad. They're like, they had short growing seasons. They didn't get enough vitamin D. They got berserk. They're like, no. Their culture was really interesting. They lived by the sea. A lot of it was sea and mushrooms and foraging. I live similar to these ancient ways ancestrally. I forage for wild mushrooms and herbs and make tinctures and teas. Maybe I'll share some of the recipes and things I do that I do. The spring violets right now and the dandelions are really popping. I'm thinking I'm gonna harvest all the spring violets I can harvest, but don't forget to give back to the land. It's always nice to put an offering out. It could be as simple as your tea grains, your coffee grains. Just give back. Mother is crying. Can you hear her crying? She needs our help. Let's make it so we're in connection with the Great Mother. She'll provide. You have to trust. Trust is a hard thing when you've been so dependent on the system. A lot of us got dependent on food stamps, or work our 9 to 5, and we're eating out of a fast food restaurant 90% of with boots on our feet, steel toes on our feet. Wonder why we're sick all the time. We've lost that connection. But the connection's still there. You still have a chance. I put it down for a while. When I was a child, I spent all my childhood barefoot and in the woods all the time. I was a little wild one. Now I'm an adult wild one. I learned a lot from my father, my grandfather. I'm gonna say my great-grandfather. Even my grandmother has helped. I was gifted with the intuitive nature of knowing what was edible as even a child. I wouldn't just stick anything in my mouth. But the neighbors would catch me saying, "Oh, he's over there eating berries again." Blackberries. Nobody told me or taught me these are safe or non-safe. Just kind of intuitively know. Wild spring onions, dig them out of the ground. I asked my father, of course. My father's like, "Oh, those are onions." I'm like, my mind went to the big onions, and I'm like, "Huh? This is a different form of onion. Trust me, it's good." And he'd eat one. I'm like, "Okay." Because I wasn't sure about the onion. I knew the smell, but I'm like, "Are they little onions?" Yeah, they're like little onions. You know what I mean? I'm like, are they gonna get big like that? And he goes, no, they're a different type of onion. Oh, okay. Mm. Fond memories. I just want to say I'm grateful, and I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Om Shanti, meaning peace. Because we need a little bit more peace in our life, right? So I hope my morning chat or rant has provided you with a little bit of comfort that there's good things to come. I see good things happening as we walk through these amazing new doors. Every day's a new day to start new. Don't lose hope. Much love.